For anyone just tuning in, apparently, yeah, I've seen a lot of news about this today, saying Mortal Kombat and Injustice Studio reportedly working on a new Marvel game. I've heard rumors that, the people over at NetherRealm are apparently working on a maybe Marvel versus DC game. And I'm telling you guys right now, if that were to happen... If that were to happen, it would be amazing. I would be so for this. You guys have no idea how hype I would be. I just love superhero shit, honestly. And like, if they made a Marvel and DC fighting game, immediately I am playing Flash and I am playing Spider-Man. No questions asked. But man, okay, let's check out this article. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about, but let's see. NetherRealm Studios, developer behind Mortal Kombat and Injustice, is reportedly working on a new Marvel fighting game. I want to know what kind of sources they have for this, which would be the first proper Marvel fighting game since 2017's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And that wasn't even a proper Marvel fighting game. A lot of people didn't like it. In 2021, many are expecting NRS to reveal and release Injustice 3. And this may still happen, but it sounds like Injustice may continue to stay on ice in favor of making a Marvel fighting game. Let's see. Unfortunately, the new report, which comes the way of Daniel Richman via stealth optional, is light on details. But Richman claims the game is already in production for next-gen consoles, which is to say a PS5, Xbox, blah blah. You'd assume a PC version is also in the works, but it sounds like PS4 and Xbox One users may miss out. Sounds like I may actually have to get myself a PS5 if this were to happen. But like, the thing is, if this were to happen, I would assume like the earliest it would come out would be next year. What this means for a new Injustice game remains to be seen. It largely depends on how far along this game is in development. If it's been in development for a while, then it could very well be the studio's next game. However, if it's just in the early stages of development, then Injustice 3 will probably come first. And of course, while unlikely, it's possible both will be merged into a Marvel vs. DC fighting game. That's what I'm hoping for. Honestly, okay, in an ideal world, it would be great if Injustice 3 were to come out next year. Honestly, if Injustice 3 comes out next year, I'm happy. If a Marvel vs. DC fighting game comes out next year made by NetherRealm instead of Injustice 3, I would still be very happy because I will grind the fuck out of that game 100%. So either way, honestly, I'd be pretty happy. It says, unfortunately, for now, all we have is this report and lots of speculation. Until more information arrives, take everything here with a grain of salt or two. For sure. At the moment of publishing, none of the implicated parties, Marvel, WB Games, or NetherRealm Studios, have commented on this report, and it's unlikely any of them will. However, if any do, we will be sure to update the story accordingly. Yeah, so interesting. Like, the thing is there's definitely hints of sorts that I've seen, like Ed Boon tweeting about Marvel things. Let me see if I can actually pull that up. Alright, so we're on Caboose's Twitter right now. He says, I would love to see this. Highly doubtful that there's any truth to the rumor, though. See, we have no idea. But, yeah, we can see it, like, some of the comments here. Like, Ed Boon, he's talked about it before. Those of you waiting for a Marvel vs. DC game can watch these awesome videos for the time being, ... You know, I feel like I've seen a couple, like, teases. To be fair, he does talk about Marvel a lot. Even Ed Boon said this before. Interesting perspective on a Marvel Injustice game. And here, Marvel to make an Injustice-like game. He tweeted this out, I think, a while ago. But, like, imagine... It's interesting because I know even in the past, Ed Boon, like, he talked about... like, you know, breaking the mold with the whole 2-year cycle thing, which up until this point, I guess they are changing the 2-year cycle, because if the 2-year cycle was still in effect, we would have been getting a new game this year. But I feel like I remember him also talking about doing like something else entirely. So, it's possible. It's definitely possible. And then apparently there's this. Early April 2020, this leak came out. Apparently, and then in this leak, towards the bottom here, it says, new AAA Marvel project from NetherRealm, MK, and Injustice devs. New AA Marvel project from Avalanche Studios. Yeah, so like, but there's just speculation. It's all just speculation now. Nothing concrete. Nothing concrete, but I definitely am open 100% to the possibility of a new Marvel versus DC fighting game. I think that would be absolutely nuts. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. So here's hoping. Here's hoping that we actually get something like that. If we do, I'm going to be grinding the hell out of that game. But until then, we'll have to just wait and see if we get any more news on that topic.